Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here, back with part 22 of the Elden Ring full playthrough walkthrough. In this section of the walkthrough, we are going to dedicate the entire video to this place right here. This is the Shaded Castle. This is located within Altus Plateau, pretty close to Mount Gelmir. It can be a little confusing to get to it, so I'll show you how to get to it from this side of Grace here, the Erdtree Gazing Hill, which is just north of the Altus Plateau side of Grace. So basically, we're just going to duck into this ravine, follow the road, and be at the Shaded Castle. We have already done Old Altus Tunnel, which we'll pass along the way. Just in case you're wondering what this is, we covered it in the previous section of the walkthrough. Before we start, I'll show you my stats. Currently level 95 with 60 Vigor, 26 Mind, 16 Endurance, 13 Strength, 32 Dex, 9 Intelligence, 8 Faith, 10 Arcane. I'm using a Uchigatana plus 16, the Inverted Hawk Heater Shield. I have the Samurai set that we started with. In the last walkthrough, I got my third talisman pouch that I completely forgot about. To get a third one, you want to speak with Enya, the Finger Reader, in Round Table Hold after you defeated 2 Shard Bearers and gotten 2 Great Runes. Speak with her, and you will get a third talisman pouch. So let's go ahead and equip that now. I'm not really concerned about equipment load. Let's do Pearl Drake Talisman plus 1. So I have the Assassin's Crimson Dagger, Blessed Dew Talisman, Pearl Drake Talisman plus 1. I have 11 Flasks of Crimson Tears at plus 9. My Flask of Wondrous Physic restores half HP and gives me a shield that significantly negates damage received for 1 hit. Then I have the Lone Wolf Ashes plus 2. I probably will not use these things. I haven't used them in a while. I was mostly using it to distract early game bosses, but we're kind of at the stage of the game where I need to save my Glovewort for a summon that I've been sort of building up to get, which is Electo, the Black Blade, I think, or Black Knife Assassin Electo, something like that. Black Knife Ringleader Electo, I think is her name. Anyway, it's a summon that you get later on in the game. That's why I have 26 Mind. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and unequip these. You know what? Let me keep them just in case. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to summon Torrent, and then we're just going to ride straight to the castle. So we're going to come down here to this camp, turn left, and then we're going to ride through this little swamp area. Okay. So it's been a while since I played Elden Ring. I had to take a work trip to Texas to go to the LCS Spring Finals. That was a lot of fun. But it has been a little while since I played. Luckily, I was waiting almost a week for the last 3 parts of the walkthrough to finish processing on YouTube, and they finished just before I left. So luckily I was able to upload those. Hopefully this one doesn't take too much time to process, because I would hate to have another really big delay between parts, but that's neither here nor there. All right, so we're going to keep moving through here, and we are literally just going north through the ravine. And we will eventually stumble upon the Shaded Castle. Man, the frame rate really takes a hit when you're here. Okay, so before we enter the Shaded Castle, I'm going to do 2 things. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring up a map. Sites of Grace, Elden Ring. Agree. This is not what I like. I want the Reddit one. High quality Elden Ring map, 6509 by 6809. I want to print this thing out on a canvas if I can one day. It's such a gorgeous full map that this person made. Shout out to Ezio Lambo on Reddit for making this map. Perfect. Okay, yeah, so there's only 2 sites of Grace, or 3 actually within this place, and I believe they're all inside. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to do the perimeter. And we're going to go to the left first. And the reason we're going to do this is because there's, I don't know if you would want to call it an NPC, but there's a unique enemy out here that will drop something special. So we're going to come out here and deal with her first. Or it could be him. Not exactly sure. But over here, nonetheless. Maleigh, Marais, Shaded Castle, Castellan. I don't know what any of those mean. Yeah, so she's got a heavy bleed weapon. Oh boy, there it is. And you can also do a poison mist. Oh, I'm not doing the right thing. Was that a crab? Oh, it's a giant. Okay, well, I didn't know about the giant. Full disclosure. Maybe the giant can help? Nope, the giant did not help. Why wouldn't you help, bro? Ugh, come on. I'm sure Maleigh is going to drink, but... No. Ooh, that was a good dodge. Completely accidental, but what are you going to do? Oh. Poking the hell out of me. Alright, so that's that one. We get the Ant Spur Rapier, the Marais Mask, and the Marais Robe. I believe the text of those say that the Marais were like the stewards of the Shaded Castle. But we'll read it in a moment. Take care of this giant. Oh, I always forget about that. And give me the scoop, the 2 scoops Haagen-Dazs. As my friend Yipes says. Get over. Oh, well. That sucks. Fighting these things against walls is always a risky proposition. Man. Haven't played this game in a week and I already forgot how good it looks. Just when that thing is breathing fire, it just looks beautiful. I don't like that one. I'm just going to keep chopping at its feet. There we go. Okie doke. Cool, so let's look at what we just picked up. It was a dagger, right? Let's just do order of acquisition. Spur of a giant ant, which has been fashioned into a rapier. The blade drips with scarlet rot. Scarlet rot is an old legend of which Marais of the Shaded Castle was a private believer. And indeed, he eventually found his own personal goddess. Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe that goddess is Maleigh. Who knows? All right, and then we got the set as well. Marais mask. Mask in the image of a white-haired young noble, customarily worn by the head of House Marais, increases arcane. The Marais family has a dual history spanning generations, serving as both the executioners and castellans of the Shaded Castle. This mask bears the likeness of the first of their line. Castellan? Is that like a steward? Governor of a castle, sort of. Very cool. And then I feel like there was another piece, but I kind of forgot what it was. That's okay. Basically says the same thing, if I recall. All right, so that's who I wanted to kill. But there's a... Yes, great. Level 5 smithing stone. And I do love the music out here. It's just too good. It really is just way too damn good. All right. So what we can do now is we can begin our trek into the castle, although it is a little tricky. So this castle, you cannot ride Torrent while you're inside. It's sort of like Caria Manor in that sense. So we can approach it from a couple different angles, which I'll show you. I don't believe I could. No, can't do that. All good. Okay. So we can go in from right over here. Okay, we can hop up these rocks and go right in. And whichever way you want to go is really fine. Just be aware, this castle is like really heavily guarded. There is a lot that goes on here. It's sort of like a perfumer's paradise in a way. You will constantly be fighting perfumers throughout your adventure here in the Shaded Castle. You also have these like muddy skeleton guys. Not exactly sure what you want to call these folks. Oh, that was really bad. Yuck. So, always be on the lookout for ambushes. You want to try like rolling through any barrels, because folks will jump out at you. Okay. Absolutely equip any neutralizing boluses that you find. You will build up a steady amount of poison in your time here. It's just the way it goes. Alright, so we kind of have two... basically like an inner wall and an outer wall. So this is the outer wall here, which we can... oh god, poison, 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 poison. Ugh, yikes. I didn't realize that it like just... oh, Jesus, bro. I didn't realize that it totally like just dumped it on the floor there. That's my mistake. And then the flowers here build up scarlet rot. So, if you've been following along closely, then you should have some boluses that get rid of scarlet rot. Can you like stop huffing and puffing over there? Thank you so much. Oh god. So, if you attack flowers with fire as they are beginning to kind of do their big explosion thing, their big puff of whatever gas, it will prevent it from coming out. The other cool thing is that the fire will also get rid of any gas in the area. So, even if like you're just trying to like get in on the enemy, still attack it with fire. It'll still do decent interrupt, and it will also cause the like as long as the flower gets caught on fire, it will dissipate any gas in the area. So it's still very, very helpful to do. Nice. Okay. Always be on the lookout for any enemies that are just like sleeping. These guys do wake up quite slowly. You're going to have a lot of slugs. You're also going to have basilisks here in the shaded castle. Like I said, there's a lot going on. Typically, if you find a treasure that looks unguarded, chances are there are basilisks. Son of a bitch. God damn, I hate these things. I am almost definitely going to die to this thing. I cannot stand these enemies. I hate them with every fiber of my being. I'm just trying to recover stamina here. How dare you? I got a drink. Oh, the floor, the floor, the floor. I feel like I read a quick way to kill these things once, but I just can't remember what it is. It was kind of worth level 5 Somber. Whatever you do, just don't roll in poison, otherwise it will coat you, and you will be building poison for a long time. I was wondering where all the slugs went. Okay. Alright, so I'm almost positive there's a perfumer over here, so we're going to try to approach this carefully. Either that or some basilisks. There's something over here. Yep. Hello. Oh, there's one behind me. This is bad. This is really bad. Oh, and the slug. Oh, God. What's going on? I'm just trying to get away from the perfumers. Hello. Recover that stam. Oh, the wall. Cool. All right, great. That worked out. I'm mashing R1 right now. That was a total mash job. All right. Trying to do my best to avoid... Oh, I'm low on health. Wow. All right. So I don't actually want to do this just yet. I want to get back on that roof. On the roof. Okay. Let's go this way. There may be another perfumer over here. Oh, I looked the wrong way. Okay. All right, so this is literally the front of the dungeon. So this is a perfumer. It just looks like a blob, but trust me. It's really an old lady wearing fur. If you can get them up against the wall, you're going to be okay for the most part. You can just spam them as long as you have enough health to survive 1 or 2 perfume shots. Okay, so that's kind of the front outer wall for the most part. I am just going to jump down here really quick because there is this treasure that we technically kind of skipped. And what we can do is, since we're outside, we can actually just summon Torrent and then double jump back into the castle. So that's kind of the front door entrance there. Okay, welcome to the basilisk hell of the shaded castle. Come on. So you gotta watch out because these guys can dust you with instant death. It is a build-up, but it's pretty gnarly. So if you can, just try to corner them. It'll help you out. Just jump up here to safety. Hopefully this one pops over. Nice. Oh, be careful. Be careful, careful, careful. I'm just gonna run through it. Yeah, I know. Do your thing. Great. Perfect. From what I've noticed with basilisks, if you try to chase them down, they will run and, like, get you into bad positions. I'm not sure if that's just me, though. Thank you, kind soul, whoever put that hint down. Thank you very much. Yeah, so if you try to, like, run and chase them, I've just noticed that it doesn't really help. Like, you're better off kind of letting them come to you. At least that's what I've noticed. Oh, this is thick swamp here, which kind of sucks. The thick swamp you cannot run through, which is rough. Oh, I rolled. Oh, okay, I got lucky. I rolled onto the island. All right. Great. Very good. Okay. So now we can come back over here. And then basically this ladder is our ticket. But we're not exactly like ready for the ladder, if that makes any sense to you. And you'll see what I mean by that. So there's actually this whole other side that we can explore. So what we're doing right now is actually, I wouldn't say it's technically backwards. There's a lot of ways to do this area. But yeah, it's a lot of people do this area first. As you can see, like, we're finding lesser stuff now. So this is a level 4 shard. The level 5 shards we already picked up earlier. So yeah. So these guys, you don't want to let them ring their bells too much. Otherwise you can, oh god, you can get overwhelmed by their spells. And the spells do chase for quite a while. So there's a site of grace over there. Wow. That was impressive. I missed like 6 times. All right. And when you are running into these guys, just make sure you are still paying attention to what's around you, because you don't want to get put in a position where you are accidentally running into something else. All right, cool. So here's a site of grace. I am just going to heal off my poison and keep going, just because we've killed so much. Okay, craft a few more of these. We got some mud men over here, and now we're going to fight several perfumers. That was weird. I don't know what to hit. But if you look closely, this guy's asleep. He's asleep at the wheel. Okay. So we're technically back in Altus. I'm just going to do a quick lap out here. You want to make sure you don't go too close to the castle, because you can get dismounted automatically if you are not careful. Why am I doing this? I swear, sometimes I just like to punish myself. Okay, crystal bud. I mean, it's rare materials. Sort of worth the trip. Let's go to the back of the castle now. Okay. Oh, okay. Some more mats. It's nice. Great. Let's go back in. Yeah, I'd say that was worth the trip. Those are some semi-rare materials, you know? Okay, so, excuse me. I am still going to, okay, great. So this is the front. That's where we drop down and hop back in. So I'm still not going to rest at the site of grace. Basically just because, I don't know, we've killed so much, there's kind of no point for me to do so right now. But there are a fair amount of perfumers over here. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to equip maybe a throwing knife or something, just to kind of get their attention, because they typically come in pairs. But if you can get one alone... Wow. That just, like, went... I mean, that was an accurate hitbox. I was just surprised. So Kukri build bleed, which is, excuse me, very nice. Which means that if you then attack with a katana, chances are, oh god, yeah, you're gonna get a nice meaty chunk of damage. Cool. But any throwing knife will do. Always make sure you're checking your surroundings. Yep. I could have sworn there was like a perfume bottle over here. Maybe it's down here. I have a feeling this is booby-trapped. Yeah, there's slugs on the walls. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. Oh, the maggots, man. The maggots are what get me. Although it's not like Dark Souls 3. I kind of liked in Dark Souls 3, if you got covered by maggots, you needed to take out the torch to, like, literally burn them off. I guess it was more like leeches. But I just thought that was like, oh, that's cool. That's accurate. You know, that's fun. Oh, God. Oh, I did not see you. I guess. Oh, come on. The crouch isn't accurate? Seriously? Is there anything to get there? Excuse me? I wish you could see my face right now. Oh my god. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I never knew about this painting. Never knew about this painting. Holy shit. Okay, I unfortunately need to record a guide right now. Like, I'm going to backtrack for a moment just to kind of show where this is, and I'm not going to speak because I have to do VO over it. I apologize so hard. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to come down here, and I'm literally going to... Oh, God. I'm going to, like, re-enter the castle. Oh, cool. I got some flasks back. That's nice. All right. I'm going to, like, re-enter the castle. And I'm going to, like, bump up the volume just to show, like, how to get this painting. And then I'll find the solution. I kind of know where it is just by looking at the painting. But, oh, my God. I never knew about this painting. That is crazy. Fucking Elden Ring, man. It's the gift that just keeps on giving. Okay. Let me bump up the volume here. Then I'm going to mute my mic for a moment. Okay. Look, I don't like that I had to do that, but holy God. I literally never knew this painting existed. So the solution is not hard to find. It's actually at a champion's grave. I'll look on the map once we finish Shaded Castle, and I'll show where to go get it. Wow. That is next level bananas. Oh, wow. That was crazy. So basically what I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to, like, cut a guide. That's why I needed the clean audio. Damn, that's crazy. Okay, so we're starting again from the side of Grace here. And then now we're going to go this way. Although actually to get that item, we should come back up here. Did I ever find, like, this section of the castle? I feel like I had to have, because I feel like I went in this way. That's how I knew that the bell guys were all there. Wow, man. Fucking Elden Ring, dude. What a game. Alright, yeah, for this we probably have to climb along this. Yep. Oh, damn it. Let's try that one more time. Dude, I cannot believe that. I'm so shocked. Wow, what is even the reward for that, dude? Wow, I thought I found all the paintings. Although, you know what's funny? I think I only found 4 and thought, that's a weird number. I feel like I remember thinking that, but I could be totally wrong. I don't know. Don't listen to me. All right, either this is the solution or we drop onto that, but I think it's this. Or do we do this? This feels ugly. Well, maybe not. I definitely didn't get this. That wasn't worth it. That was not worth it at all. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if I ever, like, did this part of the castle. Did I ever even... I gotta load up my original save. No, because it's on New Game Plus. I'd have to, like, go way, way back and, like, restore a save, but I'm not gonna do that. Anyway. Now we're going back to the big, big ladder. Jesus, man, that is so crazy. Thank you for bearing with me while I recorded all that and did all that. Okay. Alrighty. So now we gotta start being pretty careful again. I probably should have rested, but it's okay. Not good. Okay, I'm going to backstab this guy. Just because I don't want to jump down after getting that treasure and then get grabbed. So we'll take care of him now. He's a big boy. Okay. Dude, I can't believe we found a fucking painting. It's just... It's crazy. It's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Every single time I start recording these guides, I find something new. And it continues to blow my mind. Wow, the double. I love when you get two enemies at the same time without changing your targeting. Or without targeting at all. It's always fun. Yeah, hello. Thank you, hint. Oh my god. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, this is where we fought the Miranda flower. Jesus Christ. All the way back here. At this point, I really should just rest at the site of grace. I'm going to come up to another one. That's why I'm not doing it. But I kind of am pressing my luck. I just don't want to deal with the bell guys, you know? That's really what it is. Plus, I have one regular flask and a giant flask. I could even use a rune arc and just improve my stats, get even more health. You know what? Let's do that. I got 25 rune arcs. I never use these things. Yeah. So, at least restored my health. It was such a dirty move, too. And I mean, we saw the first ambush, but clearly the second one took us by surprise. All right, so we got a clean rot knight here. These folks show up a few times. But, you know, we fought them in boss form before. Not much to worry about. Just watch out for when their weapons glow gold. They do those sorts of things. When you get close as they're doing an X, they will try to push you away. It's okay. All right, so in here, this is a really, really important item. This is actually from Millicent. This is the Valkyrie's Prosthesis. So I'm going to show you this on a map. It's along this inner wall here, and then we came into this room. In case you were a little lost, this is the Valkyrie's Prosthesis. We're going to eventually give this to Millicent, but it says Golden Prosthesis, once used by the one-armed Valkyrie. A masterwork of craftsmanship with practice and skill, it can be used proficiently as a real arm. When Maleigh Marais, Lord of the Shaded Castle, embraced this prosthesis, he claimed to feel the presence of his personal goddess. The personal goddess is 100% Maleigh, if that's the quote. So, yeah, the personal goddess is Maleigh, and looks like Marais worshipped her. As he should. All right, so now we're going to start jumping onto rooftops here. We want to be very careful because we have a couple of these bell ringers. However, now we have one riding a horse. And that's not going to be the only one we find riding a horse. Can you believe that? Oh my good lord. Oh my god, we got so many mud people. This isn't good. Alright, I'm gonna run over here. Oh, deep swamp, deep swamp, deep swamp. Forgot. It's hard to tell what the deep swamp is. I'm pretty sure it's the one that's like dark green, but I could be wrong. Alright. Do your best to chop down the bell ringers quickly. You don't want them sort of ganging up on you if you can help it. I thought there was another one around here. Don't rush up these stairs because there is another bell ringer rider. Dude, I I still can't believe we found a fucking painting. That's just so nuts. All right, let's go up here. And now we're going to have another couple of perfumers. So just be careful. There's 2 over there. Yes, and then there's 1 here. Take out your kukri. God. How is this just missing her? Oh, she's got a shield. That's what's happening. Is that what's happening on the streets, Ness? Huh? You doing your taxes? All right. Kick this ladder down. This is right above the painting now. So actually not too far from the site of grace, believe it or not. The site of grace is right there. Yeah, okay. So this is right near the item we got. Right? Yeah. So the stone sword key was up on that ledge there. Cool. So now we have a bit of a shortcut. If we do die, we can always come back over here instead of taking the long way around. Okay. There's the perfume bottle I was thinking about. All right, now we have 2 perfumers over here, which is kind of tricky. Is it 2 or 3? It's 2. So I'm going to backstab this one. And then because that happens, I'm going to now back out. We're going to equip a couple of knives just to kind of get things started as best we can. Did she just drink? All right, so 1 actually left, which is really helpful. Oh, would you stop? Oh, Dark Souls walls. You are the worst. I have never liked how in Souls games, your weapons bonk on walls, enemy weapons do not. That just never feels fair to me. So I'm going to come over here in anticipation. Just pop down the ladder real quick. Should detach the other one. Yeah, cool. Nope. How dare you? There we go. Oh, this is really bad. Ooh, you got the poison. It's not nice. There we go. Okay. So those are les perfumers. Okay. And then I'm going to try to jump this. I don't think this does anything. Like, I don't think this is good. Yeah. All right. So maybe he'll drop down. This will just help us in a moment. Okay. So like I said, we have a rider in here. You want to be very, very careful. Let's come up here. I can't remember if the grace is up here or through there, but I think it's up here. Great. Okay, still not going to rest because there's still a decent amount to do here. Yeah, let's come over here. Just checking to see if there's any treasure. I guess we got it. Okay, cool. So that's it for that section. Let's try to quickly run through here. Come on, get to the stairs, buddy. There you go. Great job. All right, now let's kill the rider. Do our best not to let him see us, but it's a lot easier said than done. Oh, lovely. Can't summon Torrent here. Just making sure. God, I cannot stand these friggin' things. Alright, that's one. Ugh. Oh, thank God. I gotta look them up. I feel like there's an easy way to kill those things. Right. Yeah, okay. They're weak to holy and they're weak to healing. Yeah, like if you cast an AoE heal, it'll just chew them up. I remember that. Unfortunately, I'm not a faith build, so can't really do much. My first playthrough was a strength faith, but I didn't find faith very effective. The miracles in this game or incantations look very cool, and of course you get the dragon spells, which are quite powerful. But I don't know, sorcery is just so much stronger. It's like not even fair. And like the incantation that requires the most faith is Elden Stars, and it does terrible damage. Like it almost feels like it's broken. It requires 50 faith and does nothing. Okay, now we rest. Still can't even level up. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to take a quick detour, and we're just going to push Millicent's questline here. So, if you have not met Millicent, she is in the... She's in Caelid, over here. In the Church of the Plague, you need to solve the mystery of Celia in order to gain access, or you can drop in from the Dragon Barrow. But her questline, you basically need to speak with Gowrie, or in order to do anything with it, so you kind of have to, you want to go this way, through Caelid, through Celia, Town of Sorcery, then you'll find Millicent. After you speak with her, she will eventually move to this hill. This is the Erd Tree Gazing Hill side of Grace. She's right here, and if you have the prosthesis, you can speak with her and give it to her.
She's passed. Are you giving me this? I think it might be possible. If the it might be possible, perhaps.
Okay, and then after that, she moves up to Dominula Windmill Village. If you go to the Windmill Heights side of Grace, you will find her. Yep, right here. And I'm pretty sure you can summon her for the Godskin Apostle boss fight, I think.
The arm you gave, it feels perhaps it is Fluss. I would have it is the only way.
Okay.
I would have you call upon me. It is the
So basically, she just says, thank you, call upon me in battle. That's basically it. If you rest, I believe she leaves. If she doesn't leave, she will leave later. She is gone. Okay. So where she goes next is not necessarily the end of the game, but it's kind of the beginning of the end. So we won't see her for a long time. But that's how you progress Millicent's questline. to its furthest point at this stage of the game. All right, so going back to the shaded castle, we will proceed through. I'm actually going to change it to daytime. I can't tell if the sun is coming up or not. But just pass the time till morning just to make things easier on us. It was coming up. Perfect. I adjusted the time 4 minutes. All right. So now the next portions of this area are going to be littered with dogs and clean rot knights. House Marais is ruined. Just deserts for falling for that severed harpy. No surprise that guilty Cretan took the castle and our storied sword. So, there's a sword at the end of this castle. I always thought just desserts was 2 S's. Like, dessert? Maybe not. I'm going to Google it. No joke, I'm Googling it right now. Just desserts. Just deserts. Receive the appropriate reward or more usually punishment for one's actions. It is. It is pronounced dessert, but it is 1S. Anywho. So, I believe there's somebody else in here. Yes, there is a page. Along with another sorcerer. Oh, please die. Thank you. Defeating one by one required ahead, therefore be wary of night. Right, okay, so there's a clean rot knight here. Who's he fighting? I wonder if he was fighting a player. Sometimes the AI in these games will attach itself or aggro itself to player phantoms. Especially bloodstained phantoms. That happens a lot. Oh boy, I gotta stop attacking like a dummy. That's Scarlet Rot. You don't want to get hit by that. And it has this really cool move. It's one of the best weapon arts in the entire game. Oh, yeah. Really cool. I'm noticing some extra context for Maleigh here with these flower petals. Very cool. Hello. Yeah, and then the page is up there. Pretty sure we're heading to the boss, which is fine. But if we are, I'm going to backtrack. No. Maybe we are. We are. That's okay, though. It's quite all right. All right. I'm just going to come this way. Yep. Yeah, these leaves are context for Maleigh. That's really cool. I didn't notice that. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Dogs. Hello. Thank you. Camera. I was trying to target it the whole time. Just wasn't happening. Did you just heal? Ow. to know if this thing just healed. Oh boy. The Clean Rot Greaves. Clean Rot Knights are really cool. I like them a lot. Yeah, I guess that would allow you to run across the courtyard, but it's kind of pointless because there's a Stake of America right across the boss. Alright, so that elevator goes up to the boss. We're not ready to fight the boss just yet. There is one spot that we haven't done yet. It's back on the other side. Man, so cool. I love after you finish one of these games, and then you go back a second time, and you do like a full fresh playthrough through fresh eyes, so you really have to take your time. You just notice so much, you know? You notice a lot. The Perfumer's Cookbook Level 2. This is an excellent cookbook. It's probably one of the strongest in the entire game. It allows you to make Poison Spray Mist and Blood Boil Aromatic. 2 really strong perfumes. Blood Boil Aromatic. Yeah, it raises maximum attack, power, and stamina. It does increase damage received, but it's still really good. Basically puts you in a frenzy state. Okay. So, let's take the elevator up, and then we will fight the boss. The boss of the Shaded Castle is Elemer of the Briar. Elemer is just... it's just a bell-bearing hunter. Nothing special. These hints here relate to patches. I will speak more about patches after we defeat the boss because I'm going to change my strategy for creating these. But this is literally... It's just a bell-bearing hunter. Maybe with a little bit bigger of a boss health bar. Shouldn't have done that. That was awful. I will never understand the timing of that move. That's fine. That was just a mess. This boss is difficult. Bell-bearing hunters are difficult in and of themselves. They are a tough fight. They have weird timings. But this boss is difficult because of the room you're fighting it in. There's tons of tables that will break throughout the fight. But it makes, like, dodging effectively... Oh my god, you are aggro today. It makes dodging effectively kind of hard. Buddy. What? I didn't think I had to roll through that. Dude, you gotta, like, talk with your psychologist or something. Please seek help. I implore you. Wow. Let me try rolling. I'm gonna drink in his face. Okay, give me my stamina back, please. That's all I want. So yeah, it's really just kind of trial and error, getting used to the timings. This is the 5th and really the final bell-bearing hunter that we will fight in Elden Ring. There are 4 that appear either at merchant shacks or at the church. And then this is the only one that's like a true boss. I shouldn't say true boss. They're all technically bosses, but you know what I mean. Like, it's the only one that you fight and, you know, you show up and you fight it. All the other ones are kind of hidden. Okay, so we get the Marais Executioner Sword, which is a legendary armament. You will need that for the trophy. And you also get the Briar Great Shield, and you can see that the painting that he was sort of staring at, and maybe remembrance, is Maleigh the Severed, Blade of Mikola, Goddess of Rot. All right, let's check out that weapon, shall we? The Marais Greatsword, storied sword of House Marais, the family of executioners who presided over the Shaded Castle, one of the legendary armaments. Elemer the Briar, the bell-bearing hunter, snatched the sword from the site of his looming execution and furnished it with battle skills from his home of Yakid. Oh, Yakid is a land. So basically, Yakid's dancing blade infuses the sword with energy, then fling it forwards in a corkscrew attack. The sword continuously deals damage while violently spinning. Charge the attack to increase reach and duration of the spin. Yeah, so it's a cool sword. Does decent damage. It's not great for PvP. It's pretty easily telegraphed, but has really cool lore, which I like. And then the Briar Great Shield is the Great Shield from a foreign land, which we now know as Yakid. Used by Elemer the Briar, attacks with its armament utilize the iron thorns that have been wound around its frame. Originates from Yakid, a land of proudly solitary ascetics. What is an ascetic? Is that a smell? No. A person who practices severe self-discipline and abstention. I can't read tonight. Cool. Interesting. Okay, so that is the Shaded Castle. The main reason you come here, or the main 3 reasons you come here. 1, the painting that I had no idea existed, which we will go get the solution for within this video in a little bit. The second reason is the prosthetic, or I guess 4 reasons. Second reason is the prosthetic to give to Millicent to progress her questline. Third reason is the Marais Greatsword. Yeah, the Marais Executioner's Sword. That is one of the legendary armaments. You need that for the trophy. The final reason is for patches. Patches questline continues, or Patches questline ended here until, that is, patch 1.04. In patch 1.04, they said that they put in new steps for Patches questline. I do not know what those steps are. However, I'm assuming that it just continues from this spot, because when he does get to this spot and you speak with him, he quote-unquote dies. However, he doesn't actually die. And the way I know that is because in my playthrough, my main playthrough, I had the Briar armor set on, and I'll show you how to... We can actually buy it right now, which I may do. I had the Briar armor set equipped, which is basically the Thorn armor from Dark Souls, where if you roll, it does a little bit of damage and interrupts your opponent. And so what I did was I just rolled into him, because I knew it would deal like 10 damage and maybe just aggro him or something, and I just want to see what would happen. When I did that, it dealt 4,000 damage. So I think he was actually a little bit bugged, and they may have continued his questline. I haven't looked it up yet, but that's sort of what you do there. So that's what these hints are for. Now, with that said, and I'm going to continue this so we get the painting solution, but I do want to mention that I am going to change the way I do this walkthrough now that the Patches questline has been updated. Originally, I was going to go through Mount Gelmir and do Volcano Manor. However, I want to make this as close to a 100% full playthrough walkthrough as I can. And so, for that reason, I'm going to hold off on Volcano Manor. Originally, I was just going to go through Volcano Manor and talk about the execution quests that you can get there, which basically allow you to hunt, like, NPCs in a way. They're like you invade other, or people invade you, or you invade them. You invade them, and then you do that. Nobody's super important. I mean, lore-wise, yes, very important, but it's not like an NPC where if you kill them, you can never see them again. They're like specific NPCs designed for this quest, and they don't appear otherwise. You cannot complete that quest line until you complete Lane Dell. Reason being because you need... The final execution quest is past Lane Dell. It's in the next area. And so I want to be able to do the full set of quest lines in Volcano Manor before we do that. And yeah, so that's kind of what we're going to do. So with that said, I think I'm still going to do Gelmir because there is a lot to do, but I'm just going to leave out Volcano Manor until later. Basically, we're going to do Volcano Manor after we do Lane Dell, but we're still going to do Gelmir. And the reason for that is because there's still some quest lines in there that are important to do, Patches being number 1. We will enter Volcano Manor and see Patches again, but he actually has like a typical Patches moment within Mount Gelmir that I really want to showcase. So that's like the change in plan here. Okay, so what we got to do now is we need to go get the solution for this painting. Let me just see it again. Should be in this final tab over here. Yes. Champion's Song. Work of Wandering. Yes. Okay, so this is at a grave that looks at Gelmir. So it should be... It should be like right here. Or... Champion's Song painting. It's a champion's grave, I know that. Okay, so it's along the road. Yeah, okay, we haven't really discovered this area. It's along this road. It's like right here. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to go to the Windmill Village, and we are going to get the painting solution. So it should be like right here. It should be like somewhere right here. Keep following this road, but we're not going to go into the castle wall. We're going to follow this section, I believe. Watch out for the lay cannonballs over here. Yeah. Right, it's up there. Truth be told, it's probably up on that little ridge. Yeah, okay, so a couple things are happening here that I don't exactly want to have happen. Number one, there's a dragon here that I don't want to fight. Is he over here? He's definitely up there. Where's my man? Shouldn't he be like right here? Ah. All right. Let me do this. Let me just like call an audible here. I'm just gonna light the Site of Grace and use that as a reference point. Let me kill these guys. Again, I'm just trying to, like, record this all in one for everybody. All right, let me touch this side of Grace here. We'll light this. Okay, and then here's what I'm going to do. Since we found it, I am going to rest, and hopefully this will, like, reset it. I'm going to stop talking, and I'm just going to record the last part of this guide here. So I'll be back in a moment with more chatter. Thank you very much. Okay, that was interesting. I had a feeling Lanciax was up there. Interesting that it carries over the damage that we dealt from earlier. That's kind of exciting. But that's how you get the champion song painting. The harp bow says the following. Bow fashioned from a minstrel's harp, sonorous tones still resound when firing arrows. Troubadours sing tales of champions, both in the honorable service of the Erd Tree and the one who spurns honor for blasphemy. Interesting. Can you hear the sound? Yeah. Yeah, it does make like harp sounds. That's really interesting. Cool. Neat. All right, well, that is the shaded castle over here. Let's go back to Table of Lost Grace, and I'll show you now that you have defeated Elemer of the Briar. You can speak with Enya, and she will sell Elemer's armor set. So 4,000, 10,000, 14,000, 18,000. It does weigh a fair amount, but it is, in my opinion, like the best armor in the game. It's super effective. It allows you to roll into enemies and to deal tiny amounts of damage, but you interrupt them. So, yeah. What's the difference? I really wish the weight difference was shown to you within the shop. That'd be, like, super helpful. 3825. 3825. Nope. 5, 11, 3, 7. I actually think we're still fine. So, if we can wear this, I'll wear this basically for the rest of the game. No, I'm heavy now. Well, I can change this out for the Arsenal Charm. Yeah, that brings me back down to medium. Perfect. Great. This is like my favorite armor in the game. It is so good. So good. Can I level up, or did I blow everything that I shouldn't have? 2K. We can crack open a 2K rune, no problem. We'll get a level out of this little endeavor. And then we will talk about next steps.
Well, I took you no man to lay out your own.
Lay out your arms then. Okay. Give me that sweet 2K. me go ahead and pump endurance, just because I need more equip load for sure. And then I doubt it. No, okay. We'll keep the Arsenal Charm for now. Okay, so that is it for the Shaded Castle. It's a pretty interesting dungeon. I like it a lot. I like the enemy variety in there. Obviously, the lore items you get out of it are really, really nice. We got a painting out of this ordeal, which is pretty sick. Was not expecting that at all. That was fun. Yeah, so what we're going to do next is we are going to do Gelmir. Yeah, we're definitely going to do Gelmir. And then I'm not sure how many parts that'll take. Gelmir doesn't have like a lot of dungeons in it. However, it is really big. It doesn't look it, but it is big. You're like scaling a mountain. Like the way Gelmir works is really cool. So you cross this bridge from Altus, you go into Gelmir, and then you basically get here, but the bridge is broken. So what you need to do is you need to climb the mountain. And you're literally going to be like climbing this whole thing. And then you're going to come over here. You're going to continue climbing. We're going to fight a boss up here. This is the very top of the mountain. And then, or maybe it's right here. Yeah, I think this is a dungeon over here. We fight a boss at the top of the mountain. And then we jump over here. And then we end up at Volcano Manor. But as you can see, there's like this whole lava thing here. Alexander is over here now. And then there's like a little mini dungeon here. This is actually literally nothing. There's like barely anything here. But then we can go all around. There's like a magma worm in here. We go all the way around. There's a demi-human queen. And then there's like the best spell in the game. That actually allows us to continue to do a questline for Selen, which is really cool. There's like a lot to do in here. The landscape itself is like mostly empty, but it is long. So we'll probably end up doing this. We'll probably like climb the mountain in one part, kill the boss up here, and then in a second part, like come down to the ravine. Maybe we'll do that. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Don't worry. But we're gonna do that. We will leave Volcano Manor, and then we will come back to Altus, and then do this dungeon here. We have another dungeon over here. We have a world boss here, and then we have the capital Outskirts over here. So, still a lot to do, but yeah. And then the other thing I want to talk about real quick is this area here. So here in the Mistwood Ruins is a new area called Nokron. The reason I'm hesitating is because Nokron is kind of long. It leads to a couple of other areas. And it's, when I say optional, it's optional, baby. Like, it is so optional, it's ridiculous. But there is a lot going on in there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do this area after we do the capital Outskirts. So what I'm deliberately doing here is I'm not doing any legacy dungeons for a little while. So we're not doing Volcano Manor. We're not going to go into the capital. So basically we'll do Gelmir. We'll do we'll finish up Altus, do the capital Outskirts, and then we will go over here into Nokron. Now, there's one other area that I've skipped, and that is the Ainsel River Well, which led us down here. The Ainsel River Well depths. The reason I left this is not for any other reason than I wanted to see what happens if you look at it from a different angle, because there's a boss that is visible. There's a boss room that is visible from like an area that you get to like way later in the game. And I wanted to see what would happen, like if you could see the boss from that other angle. I have been told that you can't, but I kind of want to see it for myself. So this area, not at all required. It's like super, super optional. It's cool to see from a different angle. Like it does allow you to see certain things, but unlike Schiefer Riverwell, this one is kind of, I wouldn't say it's pointless, but it's like there's nothing. It's like you start it and end it. That's it. You know, it's just that's it. So maybe I'll make that its own guide at one point, but I'm deliberately leaving that for later. But yeah, so the plan is Gelmir, finish up Altus, Capital Outskirts, Nokron. That's what we're going to do next. Okay, I've spoken for long enough. We will end it here. We finish at level 96. We got one level out of this whole ordeal, but we did a lot, and we'll end it here. Okay, so I want to give a thank you to my channel members, and then I want to mention one new update for the channel itself. Memberships. Okay, let's go to the members. All right, thank you very much to John Aldrich, celebrating 2 years, 24 months. You got the light blue badge. Tammy Skinner, Hector J. Estrada, Joe Saunders, Daniel Cockrill, Brian Brubaker, Spencer Young, Charles Jan, Phoenix Loader, The One and Only Me 123, Joshua S., Tiptoe Water 12, Jude Lazowski, B-Tide, The Old One, Good Luck, and Stu J. Mac 26 with a brand new channel membership. Thank you very much, Stu. Okay, so the final thing I want to mention is a new feature was enabled on my channel called Super Thanks. This is basically like a built-in tipping system for YouTube. Throughout my channel's history, I've always had a tipping link in the description, but now you can do it directly through YouTube by clicking the thanks button. I believe it just says thanks. I haven't actually looked at it, but I've been waiting for this feature for a very long time. Whoops. Yeah, so there should be a thanks button just below this video with a heart on it, with a $sign in it. If you click it, then you can make a donation to the channel, and then your comment gets highlighted as well. So if you're interested, go ahead and do that. It's much appreciated. No pressure. That's it. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Elden Ring, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. The links for those are in the description below. As always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.